Hey folks, Shawn Plummer over at the Annuity Expert. In today's video, I'm going to go over a huge red flag I came across yesterday with a new client of mine, and a huge red flag you should be looking at when working with a financial advisor, more specifically a financial advisor that pushes an annuity on you. Okay, so yesterday I had a new client come to us, 71-year-old man in California. He had $1.2 million. He was looking to get income immediately for the rest of his life. And as we're going back and forth, we ended up getting on a phone call and we found out that what he was trying to do was take an income for the rest of his life and preserve the original principal for his wife. And after asking a couple of questions, I found out and explaining to him that that's not really possible in an effective way without buying a life insurance policy. And there is an annuity out there currently with Lincoln Financial that will pay the original investment amount back to the beneficiaries if there's $1 left in the account, but it's not available in California. Okay, so I'm trying to give you all the context of what I had on my consultation yesterday. So I ended up getting on the phone, and just along the way, just listening, he mentioned that, I talked to this other financial advisor and he pitched me this annuity that's going to allow me to take lifetime income. Oh, and he wanted lifetime income starting immediately, not down the road. Like, hey, I open up the contract in 30 days. I want my first paycheck type of deal, right? So I'm like, well, this person, I said, client, there's just no annuity out there in the state of California that I know that will give you an income for the rest of your life and give you the original investment back to your wife when you die, especially if you're taking income immediately, because you're depleting the account immediately, right? And interest is not going to keep up to maintain that balance. And so we were going back and forth, and then he was just like, well, no, this financial advisor, I asked them, I grilled them with a series of questions, and they kept saying, like, yeah, you're going to be able to have your principal protected. And when you die, even after taking withdrawals, you're going to have your original principal back. And I was like, well, so I did a little bit more digging. I said, hey, can you tell me the name of the annuity? And it was the SILAC Evolve 10 annuity. And I was like, let me look this up. So I went to the client and I looked it up on my software. I'm like, yep, just as a thought, there's no evidence here of showing that they'll give the original principal back to your wife when you pass away. Take a little side note here. When we ran our quotes for a 71-year-old male starting income immediately in California with $1.2 million, we were able to give him anywhere between 102 and I wouldn't say between. It was either $102,000 for the rest of this person's lifetime. It won't go up and won't go down and stay right at 102. Or he could get $120,000 for the first 10 years, and then it would decrease down to $72,000 in year 11 for the rest of his life. Okay. So remember those numbers, 102 and 120,000. Those were his options. Okay. Not a bad gig. He was presented this SILAC annuity, and the SILAC annuity was guaranteeing him $79,000 in change. Okay, so keep that in your mind. And so we're going back and forth, and I asked the client, I was like, why? I was like, do you know that SILAC is the second lowest rated insurance company in the United States? Like, I said it a different way. I said, hey, if we have the largest selection of annuity products in the United States. If we stack them all from highest rated down to the lowest rated, and then we took another list that showed all annuities from best performing annuity down to the poorest performing annuity with the lowest rated insurance company, SILAC would be in the bottom 10. There are only a few companies, and I've been doing this for 18 years. I've worked for I worked for Allianz, one of the world's largest insurance companies with one of the highest ratings. Okay, training financial advisors. I've sold to consumers, 18 years of doing this. I know the inside and out, the front of the house, the back of the house of the industry, okay? There are only a couple of annuity carriers that I will not recommend because I'm afraid in 5 to 10 years they may, not saying they're going out of business, but there is a above an average likelihood that they would go out of business. SILAC's one of them. Mountain Life is another one. Sentinel Security is one. Atlantic Coast Life is another. Like I don't know if they're either going to have new ownership or they're going to be out of business. And new ownership changes the rules. So anyway, so he's like, well, look, we were going back and forth, and then finally he's like, hey, well, I asked him, I said, hey, can you send me the original? I was like, did you get the official illustration? Because the official illustration on this annuity, it has what's called a guaranteed page and a non-guaranteed page. The guaranteed page, I call it, my nickname is the Great Depression 2.0 page. This is if the sky came falling and for the next 30 years you earn 0 interest on your annuity, okay? The non-guaranteed page is what your annuity how it could perform in the future 10, 15, 20 years based on previous performance, right? And that's problematic as well because that's assuming that the next 10 years are going to perform as well or better as the last 10 years. And last time I checked, the last 10 years were some of the best 10 years in the history of S&P 500. And we're in a couple of wars, we're in inflation, there's a recession, AI's taking jobs. I mean, my rule of thumb is the expectations I lay with my clients is whatever the illustration performs for the last 10 years with the S&P 500, cut it in half and use that as your expectation. And then anything above that is icing on the cake. Because I don't think the next 10 years are going to perform as well as the last 10 years. But that's how insurance companies illustrate their illustrations or quotes for consumers. Now, sorry I gave you all that context. Well, I'm not sorry. You need that context. So what the client did, is he forwarded me on an email. And the email gave 3 annuity recommendations. 2 of them were with SILAC. One of the worst rated companies in the United States for annuities. And then he got Equitrust, another B-rated company. Like it's almost like this person was allergic to an A- or better rated company when A- or better rated companies are just as competitive, if not better. In fact, the products that that this person recommended to this client was dog shit. Pardon the curse word, but man, horrible. Anyway, so I click on the link and I find out that this financial advisor created a landing page, a website for this person, and he manipulated the entire page. He took out all the negative stuff about the annuity and put all the positive. So, hey, this is how your annuity is going to perform. And then the verbiage, he used AI to use verbiage, and the verbiage verbiage said, let me read it for you. I've got it here. I can't show you the page because it would give away too much information and I don't want to get sued. So it showed the last 10 years, 47% participation rate with the S&P 500 with no cap. And it's showing like 12% rates of return, 11% rates of return, 10% rates of return. And I'm like, there's like only 2 years where there's 0% rates of return. And I was like, dude, we're at a high right now. If you think you're going to replicate this, you are going to be so disappointed. And so then I keep going back to the lifetime income part, and I ask him, I was like, client, you came to me for a reason, and you've already found out without me knowing about you speaking to this financial advisor that I'm able to provide you between $20,000 and $40,000 more income a year than what this person is. Why is this person pitching you a poorly rated product that's going to pay you $20,000 to $40,000 less in income for the rest of your life? And he's just like, I don't know. I was like, so then the next thing that came to me was, well, let's look up what the commission is. Turns out the commission is higher than the average commission for an annuity sale. And I was like, oh, well, there's your reason right there. This person is selling because of it. It's clear that this person, and this gets worse. It's clear that this person is selling this annuity to get the higher commission on $1.2 million, because the commission on $1.2 million is some people's yearly salary. So why not get as much commission out of it as possible, right? Here's where it gets worse. This person is a fiduciary. This person it works with an RIA. This person is legally obligated to work in the best interest of the client. Less income, a poorly rated insurance company. The insurance company is so poorly rated. Okay, so for those of you inside baseball, to sell annuities, you have to get this insurance called E&O insurance, errors and omissions. And errors and omissions insurance is insurance if the financial advisor makes a mistake along the way, and it will allow to do a settlement with the consumer outside of litigation, and that insurance is there to kind of like an insurance for making a stupid mistake, basically, right? Most errors and omissions insurance don't cover insurance companies that are B-rated. Okay, so let me give you kind of what it looks like in the rating, and I'm looking at AM Best here because that's the primary annuity rating, financial rating company, right? So SILAC, okay. So it starts with B minus at the lowest, B plus, B plus plus, A minus, A plus, A plus plus. Okay, it's B minus and then B. SILAC is rated B. If they have a Comdex score of financial strength out of 100, they've got a 32. I think it's with Fitch, they have a BB minus. Like it's bad across the board. So you got this person who is also selling security products, investment products to you, and they're pushing a high commission, low rated insurance company. So here's what this person did. He created this website. He took out the guaranteed page, so the Great Depression page. He put together a table that doesn't have the right math to it. He put in here, okay, this is where the conversation all was stemmed from. The client said, hey, well, Shawn, this person, here's what he put. And this is the sad part. The consumer didn't know any better. He thought this was the official illustration, but it was one that was created by the financial advisor. And it says death benefit equal to your account value. And I'm like, client, yeah, that's right. When you die, whatever your account is, that's what your wife is going to inherit. It says equal to your account value, never less than state minimums as set forth at the time of issue in California. Passes probate free directly to your named beneficiaries. Non-guaranteed account value at year 10 is $2,358,462. At year 20, it's $4,414,558. And then it says guaranteed account value remains at $1,260,000 throughout. Your beneficiaries are always protected, even in zero credit scenarios. Here's the verbiage he forgot to put in the last line. Minus withdrawals. This client wanted to take income immediately. So last time I did my math, if I put $1.2 million into an annuity and I start taking whatever the lifetime income is starting in year one, you're not going to end up with $1.26 million at the end of 10 years because you don't have enough time to earn interest. You don't have, I mean, you're depleting. You're depleting $80,000 a year out of this annuity, and you're not going to have it. So what this person did is they told him, hey, we can give you $80,000 a year. And on the same illustration, told him that he's going to be guaranteed $1.26 million. And I'm like, client, you need to ask for the official illustration or walk away from this person. Because this is a big no-no. This person could lose their license. This person could get their appointment revoked from SILAC. This person could not be in our industry ever again because this is a big no-no. So here's the lesson I'm telling you. And by the way, this is also a fiduciary. They have to they're legally obligated. They're legally obligated to do what's in the best interest of the client. And they did the opposite here. They got a product that paid them a 7.75% commission, which is 75 basis point to 1% more than everywhere else. Typically commissions are 5 to 7%. This one's 7.75%. It's with a B-rated company, not even a B++ company, like a B-rated company. Okay, $20,000 to $40,000 less in commissions. Created a landing page that they manipulated. That's not official documentation from the insurance company, and then told them incorrect information. What's the word? They withheld all the negatives about the annuity. Everything about this page is about what's great about an annuity and nothing that is negative about the annuity. And that is manipulation. That is nefarious behavior for someone who is legally obligated to do what's best by you, the consumer, has done the exact opposite. Okay. So imagine if they're doing this, what are they doing with your investments? Where are they investing? What else? How many people have they recommended these products to? Who knows? But here's the lesson to you. We are in a world, we're in an age where transparency is more important than it ever has been. Any investment company you're with, Fidelity, Charles Schwab, Edward Jones, if you're going to an independent investment advisor, they all use the same companies we use. They all have official documentation, official marketing materials, everything official. If somebody explains something to you on a napkin, like they did back in the 80s and 90s, walk away. Something that they write on a whiteboard, and that is the marketing materials, walk away. Always request official information. Know the good, the bad, the ugly, and don't take the financial advisor's word for the good, the bad, and the ugly. Get the good, the bad, and the ugly from the official institution. So that's Fidelity, Charles Schwab, Edward Jones, or whatever sort of investment firm you're using. If you're using an annuity, every insurance company has an illustration. Every insurance company has a brochure. Every insurance company has a consumer highlight product guide. They have all the material in the world so that you, the consumer, can do your due diligence and look for the good and, more importantly, the bad and the ugly. If you ever are in a position where you're being pitched in an annuity, I'm not going to talk about investments. That's not my lane. But for annuities, if somebody ever pitches you an annuity and it's not official documentation, pack your shit up and run. Go somewhere else. And if they're extra pushy on you, you might want to report them. Because this, I'm confident that if I reported this to the state of California, this person would be out of business. And $1.2 million is not $10,000. It's not chump change. This is this person's retirement. So if you're ever looking for a red flag, or if you ever get the feeling there's a red flag, get a second opinion. You can visit us at The Annuity Expert. We will tell you to your face, well, over the phone or a Zoom meeting, whether it's a good item for you or not. We will show you only official marketing materials. We will give you the good, the bad, and the ugly of the annuity. We will tell you every reason why you shouldn't buy that. We will tell you what the financial rating is. We will tell you what our commission is on it. We are in the business of brutal transparency, so that with the idea of that you make this purchase and you're confident that you're not getting ripped off. And for us as independent annuity brokers, is that 5 years down the line, you or your children don't try to sue us because we try to pull some nefarious trick over your head. You know what I mean? So I hope this helped. I hope this gave you some insight. If you got any questions, you can contact us privately, or you can leave a comment below and I'll answer it over the next few days. Talk to you on the next video. See ya.